Last summer, I had one of the best vacations of my life. I went to Italy with my cousin Anna. We had been planning this trip for a long time because we both love Italian food, culture, and history. Finally, in July, we packed our bags and flew to Rome. We arrived in Rome in the afternoon. The weather was hot and sunny, and the sky was a perfect blue. As soon as we left the airport, we felt the difference. People spoke Italian all around us, and everything looked so beautiful and old. Our hotel was in the city center, not far from the famous Colosseum. We were tired after the flight, but we were too excited to stay in the hotel. So we left our luggage in the room and went out to explore the city. Rome is a city full of history. On the first evening, we walked around the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. Even though we didn't enter the buildings yet, we took many photos from the outside. The old stones, the arches, the columns, it felt like walking inside a history book. There were many tourists, of course, but that didn't bother us. The next day, we started early and visited the Vatican museums. We had booked tickets online before the trip, so we didn't have to wait in a long line. The museums were huge, and we saw so many beautiful paintings and sculptures. The highlight of the visit was the Sistine Chapel. I had seen pictures of it before, but seeing it in real life was completely different. Michelangelo's art was breathtaking, and we sat in silence, just looking up at the ceiling. We spent 5 days in Rome. Each day was full of walking, eating, and learning new things. We visited the Trevi Fountain, where we threw coins and made wishes. We saw the Spanish Steps, went inside the Pantheon, and ate gelato every day, sometimes twice a day. My favorite flavor was pistachio, and Anna liked strawberry. One thing I loved about Italy was the food. Every meal was amazing. We had pizza, pasta, risotto, and many delicious desserts. One evening, we ate at a small family restaurant near our hotel. The owner, an older man named Marco, spoke a little English and was very friendly. He recommended a pasta dish with truffle sauce, and it was the best meal I had on the whole trip. After Rome, we took a train to Florence. The train was fast and comfortable, and the views from the window were beautiful. Green hills, small villages, and sunflower fields. Florence was smaller than Rome, but full of charm. We stayed in a cozy guest house run by a young couple who gave us maps and told us what to see. In Florence, we visited the famous cathedral with its red dome, climbed to the top, and saw the entire city from above. We also went to the Uffizi Gallery and saw paintings by Botticelli and Leonardo da Vinci. On one evening, we took a walk along the Arno River and watched the sunset from the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. It was romantic and peaceful. After 3 days in Florence, we had one more stop, Venice. We took another train, and when we arrived, it felt like entering a different world. There were no cars, only canals and boats. The streets were narrow and like a maze. We stayed near St. Mark's Square, the heart of the city. In Venice, we rode in a gondola and listened to the gondolier sing in Italian. It was a little expensive, but we didn't regret it. The city was magical, especially at night when the lights reflected on the water. We visited many small islands near Venice, including Murano, famous for glassmaking, and Burano, which had colorful houses and quiet streets. One of my favorite memories was getting lost in Venice. We turned down a small street to avoid the crowd and ended up in a quiet square with a small cafe. We sat there for an hour, drinking cappuccino and watching local children play football. It was a simple moment, but it made me feel connected to the real life of the city. Our vacation lasted 2 weeks, but it felt both short and long. On the last day, we sat in a cafe near the airport and talked about everything we had done. We had learned so much, not only about Italy, but also about ourselves. Traveling with Anna made our relationship stronger. We learned to solve problems together, to be patient, and to enjoy the little things. When I came back home, I was tired but very happy. I wrote about my trip in my diary and shared photos with my family and friends. Some of them said they wanted to go to Italy too. I hope they do, because it was really a special place. Since then, I've been thinking about where to go next. Maybe France or Spain. But no matter where I travel, I will always remember my vacation in Italy. The warm sun, the delicious food, the ancient buildings, and the moments of surprise and discovery. It was a perfect combination of fun and learning, and I hope to have many more experiences like that in the future.